We are in the 14th point now, that is para number 14, or you can see it is point number 14. Have your textbook in hand. When I read for you, you can also read with me. If it is going to be the live session, we can go in a more interactive way. Since it is only the recorded sessions, when I read for you, I want you people to read with me. Fairly, but they are not as careful as I shall be when it is my turn. Those that have been blind already are the best helpers. When the narrator is questioning the girl about the helpers, she gives a answer, she gives a reply fairly. Whenever they help me, they do it. It is not bad. If they have been blind already, they used to help in a very good way. This shows that they got a good experience of being blind, and when it comes to my turn, they'll help me good. It is perfectly ghastly not to see. What is the meaning of the word ghastly? You are going to give me the meaning of the word ghastly immediately after the session, and it is there in your textbook also. It's perfectly ghastly not to see. I wish you had tried. Shall I leave you anywhere? I asked. Lead you anywhere? He asked the girl a question. And oh yes, she said, let's go for a little walk. You must tell me about things. Only you must tell me about things. So now the man is ready to take her. I have given you an image of a girl who is crippled, but try to imagine that the man, the narrator, is ready to take a blind girl who is being blindfolded. I shall be so glad when today is over. The other bad days can't be half as bad as this. So each day the children are being assigned a task like this. What they want in their mind, what they need is each day should be good than the other day. One such belief is there in their mind. Having a leg tied up and hopping about on a crutch is almost fun, I guess. Having an arm tied up is a bit more troublesome because you can't eat without help and things like that. So one day they'll be blind, other day they'll be lame, and other day you could see their arms will be tied up and they have to feel like they have no hands to eat. So each day gives them the best experience of the people, those who are born with misfortunes. What is that, children? Come on, repeat with me. Each day in Miss Beam's school, the children will be given an experience of the people who are born with misfortunes. And again, I stress you a point like myself and you people are really gifted in life. Are we really gifted in life? Do you believe that? Yes, we are really gifted in life. There is no misfortune in us, okay, and there is no bad luck. We are we are created in a very good way by the Creator, by the God. So we have to be more and more thankful to Him. See, daily you just thank God, children, and you thank your parents. They make you feel satisfied. They give you a kind of fulfillment in your life. But are you giving any kind of fulfillment for them? Are you giving a kind of satisfaction to your parents? Just think for a while. Sit and think for a while. It will make things change in your life. So this is what you have to be more passionate, and you have to be more responsible and a thoughtful children to your parents. Since we are not born with any misfortunes, we have to be more and more grateful, and we have to work a lot. Okay, next. Don't think I mind being deaf for a day, at least not much. But being blind is so frightening. My head aches all the time just from worrying that I will get hurt. Where are we now? This girl says that if a day is given to me like where I am deaf, I'll not be worried. But when a day comes like I have to be blind, I am much worried about it. Why I am much worried about it? The reason is that whenever I just keep a step forward, I feel like I would get hurt. And that makes my head ache. That makes my head pain. Okay, I'm getting headaches because of it. So being blind is the most challenging task that girl is trying to tell. And in the playground, I said, we are walking towards the house. Miss Beam is walking up and down the garden with a tall girl. What's the girl wearing? My little friend asked. A blue cotton shirt and a pink blouse. I think it's Millie, she said. What color is her hair? So now when the man is taking the blind girl, he is explaining things, what is happening around her. Try to imagine. He is giving some resemblance of the girl. How does the girl look like and what that girl is wearing? Through that, this girl could tell what is the name of the other person. What is the name of the other person? It is Millie. Next, very light, I said. Yes, that's Millie. She is the head girl. There is an old man tying up roses. Now the girl is asking a question after reaching a point. There is an old man who is tying up the roses. Yes, that's Peter. He is the gardener. He is 100 years of old. And here comes a girl with curly red hair. She is on crutches. That's Anita, she said. Okay. So now you could see that one more girl is coming into the story now. That girl is having a crutch in her hand, and that is Anita. And so she walked on. Gradually, I discovered that I was 10 times more thoughtful than I ever thought I could be. Now you could see, like, they are taught in a way they have to be more and more thoughtful. Okay, they are not supposed to be thoughtless, they have to be more and more thoughtful. I also realized that if I had to describe people and things to someone else, it made them more interesting to me. Okay, so now when they are explaining people, before you have seen like the girl explains that it is the gardener, and the girl who comes there, it is Millie, and the other girl who comes there is Anita. So when she is there to explain things, it makes more interesting. It is interesting for her. And when I finally had to leave, I told Miss Beam that I was very sorry to go. And Miss Beam replied that, oh, she replied, then there is something in my system after all. Okay, it is nothing but he has something important. That is why he is leaving the school. And really, Miss Beam's school is a different kind of school. Do you agree with me, children? Yes, Miss Beam's school is a different kind of school which gives real life experiences, which teaches them the real life experiences. And this is a very beautiful lesson written by E.V. Lucas. Okay, we don't need to see like a brief introduction about the author. It is just written by the writer called E.V. Lucas. Shall we see something important from the extra marks presentation? Okay. They do not need sympathy. You would have come across many differently abled people in your life. Have you come across many differently abled people in your life? And who is this? What is this called as, children? There is a separate Olympics for all these differently abled people. What is that called as? It is Paralympics. Okay, and you can see differently abled people do not need sympathy but equal opportunity. Have you seen people telling like this? We don't need your sympathy. Differently abled people, really, they don't need our sympathy. They don't need our sympathy. They really need opportunities. What they really need, children? They really need opportunities to come up in their life, to show themselves, to express themselves. Okay, how talented they are. Even in Perambalur, we have a person who is differently abled and who went for Paralympics and got even, like in swimming, he proved himself. Do you know that news? Yes, I think maximum of you know that news. From Perambalur, a person went for Paralympics and he brought pride to our nation. Okay, in Paralympics, who is without his hands, okay, without his arms, but he achieved in swimming. Okay, next, come to the next. Everybody is competent. Differently abled people are as competent and talented as the others. Okay, we don't need to feel for them. It is like we can have sympathy for them, but don't often express your sympathy to them. They don't need your sympathy. They need only opportunities, because as we are talented in our life, they are also talented in their life. Have you heard about Albert Einstein? Albert Einstein, the great physicist, okay, the scientist. When he was in a child age, okay, you can see like when he was around 2 or 3 years old, he could not talk. But in the later part of the life only he was identified like he could talk. So history has proved that differently abled people have done exceptionally well in all spheres. You can see differently abled people in all spheres. Even like Albert Einstein stands as a good role model for that. And I think you know about the other great scientist who is called Stephen Hawking. When you come to 8th standard, you'll have a beautiful lesson on Stephen Hawking. Okay, that lesson of Stephen Hawking, really it will touch you emotionally, children. And when you come to 9th standard, you will have a lesson on Albert Einstein. So all these differently abled person, they are not disabled, they are differently abled. Okay, there is why they are being named as differently abled children. Here I have given you a word as differently able. They do things in a different way, and that is the reason why they are called as differently abled people. And you can think about the other person whom you know as differently abled, and you can share your experience with the teacher when she comes after, joins after leave. So this is the end of the session, children. Thank you. And before ending the session, I want to tell you something important. Since you are all in home now, the thing which I want to tell you is this lesson gives you a good experience of how a blind people will be, how a deaf people will be, and dumb people. So you yourself can have an experience in your home, okay, a day in your home where you have to control yourself. You are not supposed to talk, and you imagine that you can't talk, and you just share your experience with the teacher, or even you can share your experience with me. Just voice record and tell me, okay, voice record, and you can send it to my personal number. Share your experience, fix a day, and that day is going to be a dumb day for you or a deaf day for you, or you can imagine that you are blind, you can blindfold yourself and just share your experience. How was the day? Will you do it, children? Yes. And make your parent understand that why you are doing that activity. Will you do that thing? Okay. One day you are going to blindfold yourself and you are just going to observe how the day is. Or one day you can do it like any one task, either as a dumb day or as a blind day or as a deaf day or as a lame day. You can have any one of the day and you have to share your experience. Are you ready to share your experience with the teacher? Okay, do it. Go ahead. Meet you in the next session, children. Bye-bye. You have to read the lesson, and in the next session, probably we will discuss the book back exercises of this lesson. Shall we discuss the book back exercise of this lesson in next class? Okay. Get ready with your classwork notebook to take down the points of this lesson. And have you understood the lesson, children? Did you enjoy the lesson? Okay. See you in the next class, children. Bye-bye.